Hi, Joyce here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Excel subtotal feature. It is a very powerful feature allowing you to quickly group and summarize records in your database. In front of me here, I have a database with over 600 records, and I can use the subtotal feature to very quickly summarize, maybe by region or maybe by salesman. Before you summarize, you have to sort the field that you want to summarize. I'm going to summarize my product field, so I'm going to have to sort it. To sort it, click somewhere within the field. All of your commands for working with the database are on the Data tab. So on the Data tab, to sort, I want to click on the A to Z button here, and my column is sorted. Very simple. Now I'm going to add my subtotals. So once again, I go up to the Data tab, and over towards the right-hand side here, I have my subtotal button. I'm going to click on it. And in this dialog box here, all I do is answer the questions. So the first question is, at each change in what? What field are you summarizing? We are summarizing the product field, so at each change in product. How do you want to summarize? So we could sum, we could count, we could find the average, etc. We do want to summarize on sum, so I'm going to leave that selected. What fields do you want to summarize? I'm going to summarize net sales and profit and loss. So I need to select them both and click on OK. It's that easy. I now have subtotals for each of my products. So if I scroll down to the end of flooring, you see my subtotal for flooring, and if I continued down, you'd see my other subtotals. Just go press Control Home to get back up to the top. Now that I've subtotaled, over on the left-hand side here, I have 3 buttons. If I click on one, it shows me my grand total. If I click on 2, it shows me my subtotals for each different type of product and my grand total. Over on the left here, I have one collapse button down here, the minus sign, and I have some expand buttons, the plus sign. So if I wanted to see all the detailed records for flooring, I could click on the plus sign, and now I can see all the detailed records for flooring. Super glue and tools are still collapsed. And if I go back up, if I click on 3, I can see all my records along with my subtotals. And at the very bottom, I would see my grand total. That's it. That's the subtotal feature. Very, very simple. I'm going to remove my subtotals. So back to the Data tab, click on the Sum Total button. Let's try that again. And remove all. I'm going to subtotal again. This time I'm going to subtotal on 2 different fields. I'm going to subtotal first on region and then create a secondary subtotal on salesman. So I'm going to have to sort by both of those columns. So once again on the Data tab, I want to use the Sort dialog box this time. So I'm going to click on this option. And in this dialog box, I first want to sort by region. I want to sort on values from A to Z. Now I need to add my secondary sort. So I'm going to click on Add Level. I then want to sort by salesman on values from A to Z. I can now click on OK, and my database is sorted first by region, and when I have duplicates within the region, it is sorted on the salesman name. So now I'm ready to create my subtotals. Once again, back up to the Data tab, over to my Subtotal button. So this time, at each change in region, once again, I want to sum, and I want to sum net sales and profit and loss. And click on OK. Once again, I have my 3 buttons up here, 1 to see my grand total, 2 to see my subtotals for the region along with my grand total, and 3 to see all my records along with my 2 levels of totals. Now I'm going to go back in and add the second level of subtotaling for salesmen. So back to the Data tab, click on the Subtotal button. So this time, at each change in salesman, I want to summarize. And maybe this time I will do a count, just to show you the use of different functions. And I'm going to count the number of customers. So I'm going to deselect net sales and profit/loss. This time around, I want to make sure that I deselect this option. I do not want to replace my current set of subtotals. I want to keep them. I'm done in here. Click on OK. And now I have 2 different levels of subtotals plus my grand total. So if I click on 1, I'm seeing my grand total. If I click on 2, I'm seeing my grand totals plus my subtotals by region. If I click on 3, I can see my count by salesman and then my subtotal for that region, and so on going down. And if I click on 4, once again, I'm seeing all my records. That is subtotaling. Very powerful, but very, very easy to do. Once again, I'm going to go in and remove my totals. So Data tab, back into Subtotal, and remove all. And that is it for subtotals. I hope you enjoyed this video. Before you go, you may have noticed that a button popped up on the screen. As my free gift to you, I would love to send you a copy of some of my very best shortcuts and tips. So please click on the button to place your request. Thank you very, very much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.